So where Uber and Lyft are playing the low card on their drivers is that, and it's just the biggest, dumbest excuse. And I've heard this from one of the executives, one of the directors. Why would you not be paid out on an international referral? If I, as a South African in the United States, in California, and I'm bringing Uber tons and tons of South Africa drivers, tons of UK drivers, tons of Australia drivers. And that's a fact. I'm probably the number one recruiter of international drivers. It's a fact, right? I get it in the stats. I see it in the reports, but Uber doesn't pay me. Now, when I confronted them, and finally I got someone to speak, as well as with Lyft, we can't do it because of the taxation laws. That is the biggest bullshit excuse, right? There is such a thing as dual taxation between countries. So if I'm in the US running a US business, I get taxed in. If I have other businesses in Europe, for example, or South Africa, I will pay as well. I'll pay taxes there and here. So the fact that you can refer thousands and thousands of international drivers and not get paid, it's the low card. They're just being very, very stingy and they don't want to pay out. But I think it's going to have huge legal repercussions down the line because videos like this make a lot of noise. And eventually attorneys come across it and they say, oh, wow, is this going on a broader scale? Let's look into this, and maybe a possible class action suit follows. So it's just completely wrong that Uber and Lyft use and abuse their people to take all of these international referrals but not reward them, not pay them, right? So if they are willing to pay you in your country for that referral, as many drivers as you bring them, for example, in the US, they're willing to pay you out, but they're not willing to pay you out for a Toronto lead or a Toronto referral or a Johannesburg, South Africa referral or a Brisbane, Australia referral. I foresee problems and I just think it's wrong. I just think that Uber and Lyft are issuing the low card on that one. That's my take. And, if you want to form that IPO, make sure you clean up all the skeletons in the closet, because when the people really realize these companies have the big money, which they do, attorneys line up. They look for faults. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is a huge fault and a huge excuse for Uber and Lyft not to pay out drivers who market to put in their hard work and bring them tons and tons of international drivers. Take it as you wish.